Greetings. I hope this video finds you well and prospering. Hey, check this out. A lot of people listen to these content creators, us content creators, and you don't really know us, or you don't really know the people that's making the content. And that's kind of dangerous in a way, because they title some of these people influencers. So it's like, if you're influencing people behind some lies, yeah, that's gonna come back. That's gonna come back not so good. Just saw a video earlier on Facebook. This influencer, her and her son is doing the video, and she didn't know that she was live, and so she thought she was just recording a regular video. It might be a ploy too. Yeah, she was going live. The dog passed away, and the son was crying. He was like, "I'm crying real tears," and she was like, "No, don't let him, don't let him see you smile." She was coaching him on how to do the video. She was like, "Okay, look at the video, cover your mouth," and then she was, fake crying, and then she instruct him, and then go back to crying, show him how to hold his face. So a lot of people was like, "Man, look at this influencer, man. Look what people go through." Listen, I can tell you, people been lying forever. So it's just that now they know that a lot of you all will believe a lie and just run with it. Like something that gets posted on social media, man, it just get going so fast before people do any type of research. Like they got fact checker and all that type of stuff. Like, listen, man, all you gotta do is observe just a little bit, and then use a little bit of common sense. But I would not have you to be ignorant, my brethren and sisters. I want you to know who you're dealing with when it comes to me. Because, a lot of people, they really think, they be acting like, "Yeah, man, we know you, man. You ain't doing this, you ain't doing that, and whatever." And so I just said, listen, I just put it out there as real as I can put it out there. Look, I was born in Berlin, Germany. I'm a Department of Defense baby. My parents were in the military. So I'm born in West Berlin, Germany. I grew up in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. My family is from Alabama, outside of the Mobile area. So we always traveled from Milwaukee to Mobile pretty much once or twice a year. And my parents was in the great southern migration to the north, where, they were down here farming and, helping with the crops and, living off the land. And, the industry started recruiting up north for jobs. So they started recruiting down here at the shipyards and everything, and, young laborers down here. And they the baby boomers. So my grandparents had a lot of kids. So a few of them could leave once they got of age, they left. So once my older uncle got of age, he went up to Milwaukee with another family member. And then my dad and some of my aunties followed. So after my dad got out of the military, he went to Wisconsin, Milwaukee, and started working there. I grew up in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. In Milwaukee, I did my thing, man. I didn't join no gangs. I didn't do no drug selling. I wasn't, no thief. Did a little stealing, but it was like, dumb, ignorant stuff. Like, But as far as like, man, let's go, go out and steal some bikes and all. I said, man, I can't be doing that bike stealing and all that stuff, man. Pops ain't having it. And then, I say right around puberty, 13, 14, little girls, they start getting, they start smelling themselves. And then we have our little wet dream. And then we like, oh, okay, we like that feeling. So, then, little fast girls and, managed boys, hormones kicked in. So, girls start getting at you, and you like, okay, either I'm gonna get at them or I'm gonna be like, no. Me at that time, puberty, 14, 15, I was like, no. Said, Pops would kill me. Pops was like, don't you get none of these girls pregnant. So that always stuck in my mind. Don't bring no stolen stuff to his house, and don't get none of these girls pregnant, because he was like, I want you. You should experience the world. Experience some things before you get involved with those circumstances in life. All right. So girl coming at me, I'm just like, no, I can't do it. Just because I was like, I don't want to be. Back then there was a lot of teenage pregnancy. Milwaukee had a school, Lady Pitts, for pregnant teenage girls. And I get it, man. I ain't tripping on that, man. I get it, man. When nature kick in, that's what nature is. Male and female. Once you pass puberty, that's when it's on. So that's another discussion. So, I was doing my thing. About 16, I was like, enough of that. Let me give me a girlfriend. I got my driver's license at 16. Got my driver's license at 16. I got my learner's permit at 15 and a half. I was like, listen, I got to have it. I got to move around. So, that was the thing back then. Get your license as soon as you turn 16. You turn 16, Pops said, I begged him to send me to driving school. Sent me to driving school. First road test, he was like, you're not going to pass. I passed the road test. Flying colors. Driving evaluator said, man, yeah, your son is an excellent driver. And I said that to say something else later on. Yeah, so 16, got my license, got a girlfriend, started dealing with her. And she was pregnant by another guy. So I was just like, okay, I ain't gonna trip on that. It happened. I wasn't judging. So, I started kicking it with her, She was excellent. She was an excellent student. I was just an average student, man. I just did enough just to get by in school. I wasn't even trying to be, I was like, school was yuck. I was ready to get out of school and move from Wisconsin to Alabama to work with my grandfather and my uncle's land bricks. Yeah, that was my plan. And then build me a barbershop. My grandfather's gonna build me a barbershop. But Pops was like, yeah, won't you join the military? I was like, you know what? I joined the military. I'm flexible as hell. I was like, I'll take the advice of the elders, my dad and my uncle. I was like, yeah, join the military, try the military. So I went to, grade school. I did all that, grade school, middle school, high school. I was athlete, didn't join the gangs, didn't do all that type of stuff. And I joined the Air Force. So, I joined the Air Force, played football in high school, did that thing, had my little girlfriend, I made her do whatever. She was cool like that. She was submissive like that. And I was really on, back in Milwaukee was well known for, its pimping tactics. So yeah, we kind of grew up saying like, yeah, man, our girl got to pay us. They got to do this and that. So that's the element that I grew up under. Like, yeah, baby, okay, you going to work getting money, you got to throw me this much. So she, throw me a couple dollars. I was like, okay, that's cool. I'm going to look out for her when we get older. I said, man, I'm going to look out for you. So eventually, we got engaged and, all that. But we broke up. That's another discussion. But, yeah, I graduated. I was 17, graduated high school, shipped off to the military. I spent about 10 months in training with the Air Force. I was a law enforcement canine handler, explosive detection dog handler. Yeah, I was an explosive detection dog handler. So I was 18-year-old young man searching for explosives and, working with the Secret Service and presidential details and, yeah, all that. So, yeah, I'm just like, I'm not no scrub that people be talking to. Like, I'm well-traveled and I've done some things. I haven't done everything and I'm not the smartest guy. But listen, from high school, from high school to the military to, the job that I had alone. Like I was the youngest guy really doing that explosive detection thing with the Secret Service. And, that was a big responsibility. So I got stationed in the Philippines. I went and lived in the Philippines for 2 years, 18, 19, and 20 years old, playing softball in the Philippines and, working my explosive dog. And then they took my explosive dog, gave it to a sergeant. I was an airman. And then they gave me a regular patrol dog. So I was patrolling the perimeter and the flight line of the base. Yeah, it was like Vietnam, running around in rice paddies. They look like rice paddies, but it was just like grass and field. And we was out there from sundown to sun up. So I did that for 2 years in the Philippines. Kicked it in the Philippines real tough, man. But when it got to the Philippines, bought me a 77 Cutlass. And because I had to stay mobile. Before I even started getting at the Filipino women, I was like, I got to have a car first. So I got the 77 Cutlass, started driving the Cutlass, kicking it with the women. Beautiful women, Filipino women, hanging out with the guys. We was just enjoying life, working, getting paid, and playing. So I playing softball, traveling, playing softball. Right away I made the base softball team. We traveled to Japan for a big tournament. Big tournament in Japan. I went over there and, did my thing. Won a bunch of stuff playing softball in the Philippines. And then I got married in the Philippines. I was married for 20 years. My ex-wife is half black and half Filipino. So I got married in 1989. We got divorced 13 years ago, 14 years ago, something like that. But we got 4 adult children. I got 3 sons and a daughter. So it's older son, daughter, son. They're all adults and grown, successful doing their thing. So I say, people be trying to, act like you don't know what you're talking about, or man, who are you to talk? And I'm like, yeah, I'm the one to talk because I'm actually the elder. Yeah. Like I done been through some things, and I did some things, and I done bumped my head. So, some of the things I try to get to a point where you all don't bump your heads, making the same mistakes, doing the same thing. But sometimes that's the only way a person can get it, with experience. So I'm married for 20 years. So I'm not like one of these these relationship guru guys who don't have no women, don't have no kids, don't know how to raise no family, don't know how to, run no business and all that. They just started talking, and people started sending them money because they talking on the internet. I had trucking business. I drove a truck for 23 years. I was a police officer. I was a police officer in Milwaukee for 3 years. And then my whole time in the Air Force, I was law enforcement. So check on this dog. So, I'm doing that. I'm police officer, and then doing the truck driving thing. And then I retired from trucking in 2016. So I've been retired from trucking for, come on, good girl. I retired from trucking 7 years ago. And I just drive a little Uber and Lyft and do whatever. Some other hustling just to make, just make a couple bucks. And then I, started making the content, doing the content, making music, producing music, because both my parents in their mid-70s, and I wanted to be available for my parents. So that's why I went ahead and retired, because I didn't want to be on the road while my parents needed me or something. So I wanted to be available. Good girl. I wanted to be available for my parents. So that's why I retired. So you're like, why you're not working? Why you're not doing this and that? There's more important things in life. So I just had faith that the Most High God was going to take care of me, because I had other intentions. I didn't want my parents to be, not looked after. I didn't want to be out on the road making money, and then my dad needed me to help him do something. My mother, my parents always calling me to help them do something. So I feel good that I'm freed up to be able to do that. And the ride share and delivering the food, man, that's allowed me the freedom to kick it like that. So I'm good with it. I'm still playing travel softball, and go overseas, when the time and the money right. I go overseas, Costa Rica. I'm ready to go back to Costa Rica. I've been over there 7 times. Ready to go back to the Philippines. I'm just waiting on the funds for that. So, I'm just moving accordingly. But when you are following people and listening to people, you really should vet them a little bit and see what they own and what they've been through. And they should be able to tell you these things so that you can be informed. And that's what it is. I'm not out here fronting like I, got all expensive stuff and doing all. Man, just keep it humble and simple. And then, hey, be content. When you get uncontent, hey, make some moves. Hey, talk to the Lord. I'm going to leave it at that. That's pretty much the basis of what I'm on and what I've been on. So, yeah, when, these online females be talking about, oh, yeah, you ain't never been with no good woman. But I'm like, whatever, man. Some of that stuff, I just be like, I can show you the receipts, but I don't need to show nobody the receipts. I'll talk about it and tell you. And then it's if you receive it or not, that's on you. But understand something. I'm the realist. And I got 5-star conversation. Yeah. Hey, people jump in the Uber ride like, man, you done some everything. And I'm not done yet. I'm going to give it y'all later. Peace.